Hello, Olgeta. Bonjour. Welcome to the Pacific Way. In this episode, we have something special in store for you. The governor of Pitcairn, Laura Clark, made her first visit to the island, one of the smallest communities in the world. And she documented her trip with a short film featuring interviews with key figures from the community.
I'm Laura Clark. I'm the British High Commissioner to New Zealand and Samoa and the Governor of Pitcairn Island. Pitcairn is one of the most remote and smallest communities in the world. Sitting in the Pacific Ocean, halfway between New Zealand and Chile, it is 36 hours by boat from its nearest island neighbour. It is the UK's smallest overseas territory and has 51 inhabitants. In May 2018, I made my first journey to Pitcairn. My husband took a camera. This is our film. Pitcairn is a place of legend, forever linked with the mutiny on the Bounty. After overthrowing their captain, the mutineers sailed on to find an island where they would never be found. And that was Pitcairn. I live with my family in Wellington, New Zealand. The journey to Pitcairn is one of the great journeys of old. There is no fast route, no shortcut. A flight from Wellington to Auckland, another to Tahiti, a further flight to Mangareva at the eastern edge of French Polynesia. We're leaving Mangareva on the Claymore 2, and this is the beginning of a 30-hour journey. So we have all night tonight, all day tomorrow, and then actually the next night, and then we actually get to Pitcairn. So this is the final stage of the journey.
But a lot of the tourists that we take out are people that have read the book Mutiny on the Bounty when they've been, when they've been kids and just had the idea that they wanted to, go out and see where it all happened.
So we're on the Claymore and it's a bit rocky. I'm just looking at the maps of what our journey has been so far. And we flew from New Zealand, which is way off the map, the way through to Tahiti, Papeete, and stayed there waiting for our connection. And then we flew from there to Hao, which is a military base and airline stop. And then from there to Gambier Island. Then we got a ferry across to Mangareva, and then we met up with the Claymore, which is what we're on now, and we're currently making our way to Pitcairn there, and we're probably about a third of the way through. As the new governor, I'm going to Pitcairn to meet its people, learn about the opportunities and challenges facing the island, and to talk about the future. So here we are in Pitcairn. We're not on Pitcairn yet, just approaching it. And it's amazing to see it for the first time and to imagine sailing out to it and thinking, yeah, that looks like home. And we're waiting now to be picked up by some of the Pitcairners on longboats because this boat can't dock here. Apparently they just push you onto the longboat. You're not allowed to jump for yourself. So you've got to get the timing exactly right. Landing on Pitcairn is a revelation. What looks inhospitable from the sea becomes lush and fertile. Houses nestle amongst abundant fruit trees. The seas, which form one of the world's largest marine protection areas, are teeming with life. The land is full of exotic and endemic trees, and the skies host Pitcairn's wonderful birds.
Laura, welcome to Pitcairn Island.
Thank
my name is Sean Christian. I'm the 8th generation of Fletcher Christian, Edward Young and Maimiti from the Bounty. And yes, I have an extended family on Pitcairn, close to 28 members on Pitcairn Island today. The vision and our objective is to keep Pitcairn populated and have a thriving and, if possible, sustainable or semi-sustainable community on Pitcairn. There's a number of opportunities that exist on Pitcairn today, like the honey industry, coffee, starting to evolve, and a number of other industries that possible industries that haven't been tapped into yet. Whereas in the past, the primary economy or revenue for Pitcairn was through the Philatelic Bureau.
The stamps.
And while it still exists today, it's not enough to cover the running expense of Pitcairn. So the hope is within 10 years' time to have Pitcairn either semi-sustainable or fully sustainable again, and to be less reliant on UK aid.
On financial aid, Pitcairn has one school and one teacher. It currently has 3 students, aged 8, 9 and 11. Pitcairn children are taught the New Zealand curriculum and tend to go to New Zealand for secondary school.
Nice. I love that you come to Poolau School. It was great to see you. Do you have a dog and a cat? Oh, that's a topic of debate. Some people want a cat, some people think they can't look after one. I have a cat called Doofus. He's called Doofus because he can run into a wall. He's very nice and he is beautiful. My dad has coffee and bees. Wonderful. We want to go see the bees. Oh, welcome to
Pitcairn has one of the most disease-free bee populations in the world, and the honey produced on Pitcairn is of an exceptionally high quality.
Hello, I'm Mike Lupton Christian. I'm an apiarist, and this is my apiary. There's 19 hives, small but efficient.
And tell me, what makes Pitcairn honey so good?
Well, starting with the flavour, it's a tropical honey. It's a cocktail of all the different fruits and sugars on the island. It's quite a strong mango flavour to it, and that's what first attracts people. And then the other one is the other angle is we're one of the few places, if not the only place in the world, that's completely bee disease free. I wouldn't say people actually make a living out of it, but it's after sort of government jobs and paid jobs, it's the next best source of income.
Right.
Yeah. And most families are involved in the industry.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And how long have you been the postmaster, Dennis?
About 30 years probably.
Really?
1985, 87, around that time.
Yeah.
But not all the time, I've been off island, you know.
Okay, so you've done it on and off.
On and
Yeah. The stamp and postcard revenue used to be big, didn't it?
Well, in those days, you know, we didn't actually depend on budgetary aid, you know, we were selling enough stamps to take care of
support
it.
yourselves.
But now, you know, like, I've been here that long, but I'm not interested in collecting stamps. And I guess, you know, that's the whole world over. Younger people are interested in something else.
Other things.
Yeah.
So you don't get the same stamp people who are desperate to get those Pitcairn stamps and come here. And,
Probably if we have a regular mail service,
Yeah.
we might get a few more, but some of them get a bit discouraged when they know they have to wait 3 months.
yeah. Because when I post my postcard today, I mean, will it go back? I suppose it will go on the Claymore.
It'll go on Claymore next week.
Yeah, okay.
So I mean,
it'll go on
you're
Claymore.
lucky,
So
but
if you're,
say someone come in next when the Claymore's gone,
Yeah.
it'll be here for
it'll be
3 months.
until the next boat rotation. Yeah.
That actually how God changed is I was waiting for the doctor, he's here. Bless your heart. Thank you for your ministry on the island now. We appreciate it so much. But why is it that people know that there are some things are wrong to do, but they're still doing it? How about adultery and other stuff? The list is long. How about fighting and quarreling? Domestic violence.
And Wayne, I don't know if you want to talk a bit about your coffee production first.
Okay, actually, no, we just started this year, really, mainly last year.
Yeah.
We did some. We planted some about 4 years ago, but we didn't follow up.
Right.
And after all the news came over here and said, we need your coffee. And then I went back and look after the old coffee, and we plant some more. We're gonna bring something.
Yeah.
In. It's for the people to look into it.
Yeah.
The future to, you have, you can put yourself into it.
Yeah.
Make money out of it.
Yeah.
That's it.
We did the Hill of Difficulty, and then Jim's Ground Road, and we've just gone past Stinking Apple, I think.
I didn't smell it.
No, and then we're heading down St Paul's to St Paul's Pool, where we're going to have a swim. And this is where you went yesterday, down rope.
Down rope.
Down rope, which is apparently less bad than down the God.
Yeah, but it definitely doesn't have a rope. It needs to have a rope.
And Where Dick Fall, we're not going to go to Where Dick Fall. There's lots of places called, here we are, Johnny Fall. It's amazing. McCoy's Drop, that's where McCoy must have fallen off and died. A whole load of places where people met their end, I think.
Oh, well,
Down Dougie Fall.
Let's hope we don't.
We don't want to have Where Governor Fall.
Where Governor Fall. Okay.
I think this must be some of the best snorkeling in the world. It's so clear down there, it goes so deep. And I suppose that's because it's just volcanic rock and coral. Wind's picking up a bit now. Oh, there was a flying fish, jumping fish. It's just amazing, it really is, and so secluded. Hi Carol, how are you?
Hi.
Lovely to see you.
It's good to have you here
That's
too.
great to be here, and I'm looking forward to looking around the museum.
Oh, by all
So
means,
thank
come
you.
on in. We have the Bounty Bible, and it was used by John Adams to teach the children after all the mutineers were gone. But the amazing thing about it is that he couldn't read or write.
Wow.
And it was Edward Young that actually taught him how to read, which was a good thing. Otherwise,
Absolutely.
he would have been
Amazing.
another dumb
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Well, yeah, as the administrator, I am Her Majesty's Government's representative on Pitcairn, and I also work very closely with the local government. I'm head of the public service here, and I also sit on council and work with them through decisions that need to be made.
Right, great. I mean, it seems to be working really well on that basis. One of the things that lots of people have been raising, because the community is now quite small, I think it's about 50 in total, so including contracted staff, lots of people are talking about the future and what the future holds. Because I think back in 1936 it was something like 200 people and the population is getting smaller and smaller. What do you think the future holds for Pitcairn?
I think it's something we actually don't know at the moment, and we're in the middle of a piece of work right now to work with the islanders and with the British government to determine what the future is going to hold for the Pitcairners. We hope that it will be a positive future because, as you said, it's a beautiful place, it's a lovely island, the people are something special, and but working out the options is a big step to take, and we're working together on it very closely with the islanders.
As I leave Pitcairn Island, I am proud to be its governor. With a declining and ageing population, the island faces many challenges, but its people are warm, resilient and creative, and the island is more beautiful than I ever imagined. I hope that together the British government and the people of Pitcairn can secure its long-term future. The world would be diminished without it.
Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed that exciting story from Pitcairn Island. Tonight, we also look at the art of making eel traps from the Republic of Kiribati, a tradition handed down through generations which was on display at the 11th Festival of Pacific Arts held in the Solomon Islands. For more stories and performances, do join us again next week. Till then, au revoir, sapo, mo demanda.
Maori, it's a beautiful day here at the Pacific Village. Lots of people already out in the heat. It's just a little hot. We're taking shelter at the Kiribati hut and happen to catch up with one of the delegates.
I'm Eti Abiteno. My father's name is Abiteno, and I'm from the beautiful islands of Kiribati. Behind me is Mr. Tekinene. He's making now a new trap, eel trap for catching eels. We call it Dengea. I forgot the name in English. But now Tekinene is using the tempo instead of the Dengea, just to show the people here during the festival how to make the eels. Just starting from the beginning until the complete one.
How long does it usually take to make
It will take about 1 week, about 1 week. They believe that when you tie the baits the wrong way, the eels won't go in. And once they get inside the eel trap, they just stay there waiting for you to collect. So maybe one day after when you come back, just pull up the eel trap and check. You open the small opening at the end and take out the catch. Only a few people knows that this type of fishing is, and Tekinene is one of the experts from Kiribati. I think they must keep on this kind of the tradition. They must pass on how to make the eel traps and how to use it in the sea. We use it in the sea only because there is no river in Kiribati. I think they must keep on the tradition.